All right. Hey, what is up? What is up? Um, so I am gonna share a tip with you today that dramatically helps me with focus. So I want to say one thing, okay? Um, when it comes to our ability to achieve and get things done, all of it is premised on our ability to focus. Okay. Um, there's a quote that I learned a while ago, and it said the only difference between a laser and a flashlight is focus. Lasers are nothing more than highly focused light. And you can do some amazing things with highly focused light. You can cut through metal, you can cut through plastic, you can do surgeries, but you can't do that type of stuff with the flashlight, right? So focus is extremely powerful. Um, and nowadays, with our mobile devices and all of these tools and stuff like that, it has become more difficult to focus because our phones are going off. We're getting all of these different notifications. So I get it. All right. So I want to give you, I would say, one of the most basic tips that helps me with focus. All right. So, um, you see this little sheet of paper here? Um, I mean, if you really think about it, paper can help you. I mean, you can create some amazing things with a blank sheet of paper, right? But what I do in order to have a visual on what I should be focusing on, I take a blank sheet of paper, and I'm sorry, before I jump into this, within the span of a day, there are typically only like up to five or six maybe things that you can fully focus on and actually achieve. Like your mind, your mind is going to get fatigued if you attempt to focus on nine different things. Okay. Do people have to-do lists? Yes. To-do lists are great, but when it comes when I'm referring to in your focus, like when you focus is like a project that you have to invest dedicated energy to. Okay. So going back to it, I take a blank sheet of paper and I fold it. I fold it one way and I fold it again. Okay. So it turns into something like this. Okay. I then put these little rabbit ears. I fold the corners. I fold these little corners. And the reason I fold these little corners is because I want this thing to be able to stand up. Okay, so I fold the corners and I literally kind of fan it out a little bit so that it can stand up. I then write down a primary task that I will feel good with completing or good with focusing on for a period of time. So on this sheet of paper, so right now it's 10:09, right? I would literally write on it, all right, 10 a.m. And I'll literally write a line. Oh shoot, you can't see it. Okay, here we go. I write 10 a.m. Why does this thing look so all right, there you go. You can kind of see it. Let me see if I can adjust the gamma a little bit. Okay, so you see this? I write 10 a.m. and then I put a line and I put a blank. Okay? So the reason I do this is because so psychologically your mind wants to fill in that blank. Now that blank is left there for the time when you will be completing that task. Okay? Now below it in this main area here, I write down the actual task. So I would say, so what's a big thing that I have to focus on? So tomorrow morning, I'm doing a webinar. I'm doing a live webinar on the topic of lead generation, and I've put together the majority of the presentation, but I need to finalize it. So I'm going to start at 10 o'clock, and I'm going to, my focus is to finalize lead generation presentation. Okay. Now I am going to fan this out and I'm going to put it right next to my laptop so that I'm seeing my screen, I'm looking at my screen, but I will, in my purview, I'm always seeing that 10 a.m. and I'm seeing that blank and I'm seeing that task. Okay? This is, I would say, one of the most basic advice that anybody can give. I mean, I'm giving that this is extremely basic advice. But the reality is that, I mean, think about how much more you can achieve. Think about how much more you can achieve if you do some very simple things that enables you to focus. How many days have gone by when you realize at the end of the day, you could have achieved so much if you just did a couple little things. There's a huge opportunity cost to lack of focus. There's a huge opportunity cost to two big things: lack of focus and being organized. Lack of focus and being organized. You know what? Let me tell you a quick story about where I should be right now. And again, I come on live and I tell you this because a lot of this stuff I'm victim to, all right? Let me tell you a quick story. I should be at the courthouse right now. Last month I was driving on Fairbanks, and for those of you that know Central Florida, on Fairbanks, it's in Winter Park. I had just dropped off my son. No, I had just picked him up. I'm on Fairbanks, and you know, my foot hit the pedal a little bit hard, right? And I ended up going like 50 something miles an hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. Okay. So I'm going 50 something. I get pulled over, right? I saw the guy. I saw the police officer. I saw him pull out. I saw him actually, like, I saw his car kind of move. And as soon as I looked down, I was like, because my car tells me exactly how fast I'm going. I was like, I looked down and I saw 54, 53 or something like that miles per hour. And I was like, I'm finna get pulled over. So he pulls me over and he comes to my window and he's like, hey, what's going on? Do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, you know, I was going, I think my foot was a little heavy. So, you got me. So, you know, here's my license, my insurance, and blah, blah, blah. So he goes, is this the correct address? And I was like, actually, you know what? It's not the correct address. So he asked me, well, when did you move? And I said, oh, well, I moved about 6 months ago. And, so yeah, I unfortunately didn't correct my license. So he was like, all right, I'll be back. So, he goes to his car and he comes back and he goes, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a little break. I'm not going to give you a moving violation. I'm not going to give you a speeding ticket. But what I am going to do, I'm going to give you a citation for the fact that your address on your license is incorrect. So, but if you get that corrected within the next 30 days, then I'll dismiss it. So I was like, okay, cool, dope. Tell me why 26, 27 days has gone by. And no, mind you, well, I did get the address thing corrected. So I did get my new license in the mail. Tell me why I'm supposed to be at the courthouse right now to go and fill out this affidavit to be able to get my ticket dismissed, but I can't find my ticket. And you want to know why I can't find my ticket? Because I have this pattern of being disorganized with certain things. So I can't find my ticket now. And this is the last couple days for me to be able to go to the courthouse to get this ticket dismissed. So I wake up this morning and I'm like, all right, you know what? I think it's in the car. Go to the car, not in the car. I go to the office, not in the office. I go here, not there. Not like I cannot find this ticket. And it's because I'm unorganized. So what I do is I say, you know what? the opportunity cost to me being unorganized is going to be the cost of the ticket. So I know the citation number. I'm going to pay $100 and something because I cannot find this ticket. There's also an opportunity cost to me spending time trying to find a ticket and going to the courthouse trying to pay this thing off. So you know what? I'm going to pay this ticket. I'm going to pay this ticket because that's the opportunity cost of getting of being unorganized. However, the real opportunity cost to being unorganized is far greater than $100 something ticket. In your case, the lack of being organized may be that business that you can't launch, that book you can't write, that course you can't finish. And all of this, again, is me. These are things that I have faced. I have become victim to. And it may be things that you may be falling victim to as well. So this little tip, this little thing here, while it might seem very elementary, it can be highly valuable to you if it causes you and it enables you to get stuff done. All right. If you have any questions, hit me up. Again, the message here is stay focused. Do some basic stuff. Basic stuff. It's a piece of paper. Hey, let me finish this off by saying this. When I finish this task, so when I put here, like let's say I put 12 p.m., right? So I'm done. I check this off. This is done, right? What I do is I flip this piece of paper over and I turn these little rabbit ears to the other side. And I write my new task on this side. And then when I'm done with this one, I open it up and I do the same thing on the inside. I have 8 different spaces on this piece of paper where I can put in something that I need to focus on. Again, it is nearly impossible for you to focus on more than 6 to 7 things or 5 to 6 things throughout the day. Primary things, core things. So you have more than enough space on a single piece of paper to do some amazing things. All right, hit me up if you have questions. Peace.